Hello everyone, welcome to the new session. In this session, we'll learn about the figures of speech employed by the poet Shirley Toulson in the poem A Photograph. So let's go ahead. The very first poetic device that has been used in the poem is allusion. So let's first see what is an allusion. It is a reference or an incidental mention of something either directly or by implication. In other words, in simple words, it is an expression designed to call something to mind without mentioning it actually, and an indirect or passing reference. So the use of allusion that has been made in this poem is cardboard. There is use of allusion in the word cardboard, which actually refers to the photograph. Let's move ahead. It's alliteration now. Let's revise first actually what is alliteration. It is the repetition of a consonant sound. It's not the repetition of consonant letter. This is the general mistake made by the students and many learners. They consider that alliteration is the repetition of consonant letter. But on the other hand, it is in reality the repetition of a consonant sound at the beginning of two or more consecutive words. Let's take examples of alliteration in the poem. Stood still to smile. So in this expression, stood still to smile. S consonant sound is repeated. Stood still, smile. Similarly, in the another expression, terribly transient, we can see t consonant sound is repeated, terribly transient. Another example is its silence, silences. So again, consonant sound is repetition. So it is repetition. It is alliteration. Now, the next very important figure of a speech is transferred epithet. So, before we understand what is transferred epithet, an epithet always means an adjective. And an adjective is a word that qualifies a noun. So, transferred, something gets transferred. So, transferred epithet is when an adjective usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. Directly, the word or the epithet may be used to describe one noun, but at the end, it actually is trying to qualify some other noun. In other words, an epithet is a word or phrase which describes the main quality of someone or something. That is an adjective. And transferred epithet is when this adjective is transferred to a different noun. So let's understand with the example of transferred epithet from the poem. In the expression transient feat, there is use of transferred epithet. How? It refers to transient actually. Directly it appears the transient feet or the adjective transient is describing the noun feet. But actually it refers to human feet. Actually it refers to the lack of permanence of human life. So in this way, it's transferred epithet. Now, one another poetic device is oxymoron. Now, what is it? It is a figure of speech in which apparently contradictory terms appear in conjunction. For example, in continuation. For example, in this expression, in this sentence, this phrase, faith unfaithful, kept him falsely true. Now we can see faith unfaithful. These two terms are totally opposite to each other, contradictory to each other. Similarly, so we can say in this expression, in this pair of words, faith unfaithful, oxymoron is used. Similarly, falsely true. False and true are in contrast to each other. So one may say again that there is use of oxymoron. So let's see where is the use of oxymoron in the poem. Labored is in the poem is an example of oxymoron. Labored means with great difficulty, and on the other hand, ease means comfortably. So both words have opposite meanings, but here they are clubbed together. So oxymoron. And now finally, personification. So it's a very commonly used figure of speech. When can we say that personification is used? The attribution of a personal nature or human characteristics to something non-human. When human qualities are given to something non-human, or the representation of an abstract quality in human form. So this second rule is applicable here in this poem where personification is used. The example is, its silence silences. So here, which abstract quality is referred by the word its? Death. Actually, it's death of the poet's mother. So, or silence due to the death of the poet's mother. So, we can say that there is use of personification. The example is, its silence silences. So the situation, this abstract situation has been given the human quality of silence. So that's all for this short session.